Good morning guys, this is Silverwolf and today I'm doing a video suggested by Hello Channel Maddie Mickle, who suggested that I do a video about the best Furby for a first time buyer. I've got a couple of shout outs. They go to Kyla Garcia, Furby fan 7500/Furby Videos Daily, and Timmy. Now I thought this was a good idea for a video, which is why I'm doing it. So if you've never had a Furby before, what do you start with? Where do you start? You know, there's quite a few options here for first time Furby buyers. Now, the first Furby you have all depends on the amount of knowledge you have of robotics, I suppose, how advanced you are with looking after these. Now, I would suggest to everyone that your first Furby is the 90s Furby, because they are the oldest ones, they're what started it all, and they're pretty cool. You can do lots of things with them. However, they are 20 years old, which is pretty old for a toy really, and they do have their fair share of problems. For example, the gears can drop on them, and you've got to really kind of give them a good shake sometimes to wake them up. They have the me sleep again syndrome, which means that they'll wake up and then just go straight back to sleep again. They don't really eat through batteries massively fast, but you really need to know how to look after them, which makes them slightly more advanced in terms of care. They do come in lots of different colours. This is the adult one, but the baby ones are actually slightly more reliable than the adults, and I think it might be because they came around a bit later. But I found that the babies tend to have less problems, or at least my ones haven't had as many problems. They still have the me sleep again thing, but that's easily rectified if you know how to wake them up properly, which is turning them upside down, holding down their tongue, giving them a shake, and then waking them up, which means letting go of their tongue, turning them back up the right way, and it should fix it. But like I said, the only problem with the 90s ones that I can see, if you have never had a Furby before, is that if you haven't played with them for a while, the gears will drop. So when you go to wake them up, they don't do anything, and you think, oh, they've died. You know, so you replace the batteries, and with fresh batteries they still don't wake up, and then you think, oh no, my Furby's dead forever. But half the time that's not really the case. If you give him a good shake, and you have to kind of get a bit rough as well. A lot of people will be frightened of breaking them, but if you do it the right way, you won't break him. He'll just wake up like he should. So that's the 90s Furbies. They do require a bit more care. So I would say really for general new first time Furby owners, I suggest the Boom or the Connect. Now this is the Furby Boom and the Furby Connect. The Furby Boom is really fun because it's got lots of different personalities, and the feedback that I've received on my channel over the years, people really like this. They like that it changes, you know, it's not the same, it changes according to how you treat it. They're a lot of fun, and they do come in lots of lovely colours as well, like this one here. The only downside with the Furby Boom and the Furby Boom Crystal series, which is the second generation of Furby Boom, is that they wake up very easily. So you could just be walking past, and if your house is like mine, and my house is 200 years old, the floorboards are kind of rickety and they wobble a bit. So I can walk past, the floorboards wobble, it makes the side cabinet wobble the Furbies are sat on, or moves it slightly. And this one, he's only got, he's got 3 batteries in, he doesn't have his 4 batteries in because he just kept waking up. So the only downside to these is they do wake up. All you have to do is just basically walk past them or move them slightly, and their movement sensors are very, very sensitive. So they wake up at the slightest thing, so you might not want to have them sleeping in your bedroom. The Furby Connect, I love these guys. Despite all their bugs, they have had a lot of bugs. I don't personally think the bugs affect them in any big way. They have a sleep mask, so you can just put them to sleep instantly, unlike with a lot of the other models where you've got to wait for them to go to sleep. There are ways to put them to sleep. For example, the 90s Furbies, there are ways to put them to sleep, and these ones, you pull the tail and hold it and you'll go to sleep. With these ones, it's instant. They don't wake up unless you want them to wake up. So you can either take the sleep mask off, or you can wiggle their antenna and they will wake up. But other than that, they won't wake up. The only downside with the Furby Connect is that the app that it comes with is no longer really supported by Hasbro. It had a movie theatre in it which got updated every week with new content so that the Furby's personality would grow and change. As the weeks went past, it would learn new songs and talk about new things, but they are no longer updating that, sadly, in the app anymore. So if you bought a new Furby Connect, I'm not entirely sure how it would update. And that's, like I said, that's the downside with them. So these guys will wake up at the slightest thing. These ones, they aren't really properly updated anymore, but they're still lovely. I mean, you know, they chat away, and they're sensitive to movement, and they're sensitive to you know, sound around them and things like that, and they're really soft as well. And I think they're lovely. I like the Furby Connects. So if you don't want to go for a 90s Furby, which has a lot of upkeep in the way of, you know, its gears and stuff like that, and I'm seeing more and more of them these days have the dropped gear thing, so you've really got to give them a good shake to wake them up. The Furby for the first time buyer, I would really recommend the Furby Boom, because the whole thing with it waking up, it's not a big thing. I mean, you can always take a battery out of it, you know, if you don't want it to wake up. The Furby Connect's play value has been affected a little bit. The Furby Boom doesn't rely on the app, it just works by itself. I haven't included the 2005 Furbies because really they don't do very much, and to be honest, they're kind of a bit grumpy. So for a first time Furby buyer, I would recommend the Furby Boom or the Furby Boom Crystal series, because, like I said, they're a lot of fun. So that's my recommendation. You can either go with it or you can make your own decision. There's lots of videos on my channel so you can see what all Furbies do and things like that. And whatever Furby you get, I'm sure that it'll be a good decision, and I hope that you have lots of fun with it and enjoy playing with it as well. So that's the end of this video. If you want to see more Furby videos, you can click any of the boxes that come up below. Also, don't forget, I've got Silverby merchandise in my Teespring and Redbubble shops. The links are in the description. So this is Silverwolf signing off, and I'll see you guys later.